All right, guys, what's going on? What would you do if you were able to trade every single day at 10:30 Eastern Time and make over 100% in 2025 already? Because this is the reality for Phil and the Spy ATM alert service that I'm going to talk about today. So we have data on this, and you can check that out in the description below. So you can come and check out this link right here. It'll show you the data. There's drawdowns, sure. There's long up swings, there's drawdowns. It is exactly what you'd expect to see. So this was 124% in 2024. The guy behind this, Phil, has really tweaked the algo behind this, and he's really actually improved it dramatically for 2025. And look at this: in the first half of the year, we're up 100% in 5 to 6 months, which is phenomenal. People are loving this service. It's daily at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, so you know when the trade alert is going to come out. It's options on Spy, so really easy to do. You can use a small account to do it. Check this link for all the descriptions that you need about this service. Check it all out. I wouldn't go for the 150 a month. We've deliberately designed it for you to commit to the quarter because I really think that's what it takes. A quarter or 6 months is what you need to really do in order to evaluate whether like a service is right for you or not, right? So a lot of people I know have gone for lifetime. And honestly, if you trust these stats and you trust me, which I hope you do, because I tell the truth and I do all these reviews, then you would commit to the quarterly or the lifetime deal. And you can DM me or comment, and maybe you can do a better deal than this for you and see what we can do. But yeah, definitely check the service out. It is on fire. It's phenomenal. I'm going to show you real subscriber results today in just the next few minutes. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure you guys have the chance to learn how to win 90% of your trades in 90 seconds, which is our free course right here. And all you have to do is put in your name and email address, and you'll get emailed the course directly in various emails, but also you'll get instant access to download the PDF so you can check that out. And I think you'll find that really, really helpful. It's selling options, so not quite the same strategy as we're going to talk about right now, which is buying options, but it's still something worth looking into in terms of like maybe you want to have two strategies. Maybe you want to buy SPY at 10:30 Eastern time and then put that into selling spreads and something else. So yes, definitely check this out. It's well worth the time. This is where a lot of wealth is built with people with larger accounts. So the idea would be you build your account with these other services and then put your money into these lower risk services like learn how to win 90% of your trades in 90 seconds. So definitely check that out. Lance from thetatraders.com walks you through the different stages. He has various videos on this. One of the best guys out there for sure on this stuff. And you can really learn how to do this properly. So yeah, that's for sure. The other thing I wanted to mention before we get into all the details and real subscriber proof on how the Spy ATM service works is I wanted to bring to your attention the latest review that I did, which is NetPicks, not Netflix, but NetPicks, Simplified Options Superstar Review. So these guys are phenomenal. It's run by Mike. I can never say his last name, as you guys know if you watch my channel. Mike Risky or Risky, I'm not quite sure how to say it. He does the overnight pop trades, which we talked about, which is overnight trades. You can check that out. I'll put all these links in the description below so you can make sure you can see this stuff. But he has a really great record. He has 6 years of winning trades in a row, and it's basically very easy to sign up for this. You click the link in the description below. Oh, that's the closing bell. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. You can click the link in the description below or click my full review and go to his webinar and listen to him talk and understand what his strategy really is and what he can do for you and your trading. So definitely check this out. I'm a member. I'm looking forward to taking more of these trades. I've gone through it. I've looked at the daily outlook. I've done all this stuff for you guys. So hopefully you will take this seriously and look at this as a potential way, the simplified option superstar strategy, which is by a company which has been around for like 30 years. I think it's something definitely worth checking out. So make sure you check that out in the description below. All right, let's get started on the meat of today's video. So what I want to talk about is SPY ATM alerts. So like I showed you in these graphs before, we've had some really great results. These have continued. I haven't updated these charts for a while, like maybe a month. But this has continued up and it's been phenomenal. People love this strategy, and I'm going to show you the real results posted in our Discord in just a few minutes right here. The basic concept is really simple. It's buying zero DTE SPY options, either calls or puts, depending on what the algo says to do. And it's daily at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, and it typically takes about 20 minutes. Today was a bit longer, but on average about 20 minutes. So what you're talking about here is 20% in 20 minutes, which is really cool. It's easy, it compounds, it does it really fast. Phil behind us is like a back testing strategy genius. He's really good at this, and then Lance backs him up with his expertise as well. So definitely check this page out in the description below. Let's look at what happened in the Discord today. So let's look here. So SPY ATM chat. Let's look back here and see what we can find. I'm going to try and avoid some of the stuff that really made me extremely irritated today and avoid this guy in particular because he's annoyed me. And people have already told Lance that somehow I'm, I don't know, like unprofessional, like pointing out people's flaws. Honestly don't really care. I want people to buy this stuff, but I also want people to get the truth about what people are saying, what people are doing behind the scenes. So I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff and be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to say this guy is a great guy just because I want you to buy the stuff that I'm involved with or, help with. So, I'm going to tell the truth about everything on these, videos. So I'm going to go back to the start of the day here. This is the 0DTE SPX income spread server. This is confusing. This is an amazing service. I haven't talked about it for a while. I've been focusing on the SPY ATM stuff, which has been more popular, but you should also combine this, in my opinion, that's what I do, with the other stuff inside the server. It does cost more, but you get more for your money. So let's go back to the start of the day, and then I'll go through this, try and make this coherent in some way. So today is June 4th. Let's go to here. See if we can find it. Sometimes Discord's a pain in the butt. Let's see. All right, June 4th, 2025. Here we go. So let's look at some of what went on in the chat, and then we'll look at the alert, and then we'll look at the posted profits, which is what everybody posts in about what they did, what they, and how they did. So let's look through here. So going through here, just kind of going through. Just going through here, we're still early. This is pre-market still, so blah, 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 blah. Not that important. All right, so here we go. So this is still early, not really relevant. Let's go to here. Remember, I'm in Central Time, so these are all off by an hour. So you got to be careful. So here we go. Carbonize in at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, which is 10:30 exactly Eastern Time. I'll show you the alert in a moment. But he's in at 133. Redden is at 135. Zig's in. Mr. Chow Chow, 134. Lance is in. Investing teacher Lance at 9:33 East Central Time. This is really confusing. So you guys can see people are entering and they're posting their entry prices and times right here. So we go through here and you can see that we are already starting to get out 5 or 6 minutes later. Got filled at 134, so people are getting in, like I said, 135. Uh, you know, they're getting filled at 134. These are not exit prices quite yet. Out at 164. So 130-ish to 164, nice and quick. Thanks, Phil. Another winner. Chicken dinner, investing teacher. So these are just people talking in the general SPY ATM chat. That was quick. So yeah, so 125, 8 minutes later, I'm out at 164. So if you're looking for a set time, 10:30 Eastern time, and you're looking to buy or basically buy calls or options on like calls or puts, basically this is the service for you. Do not hesitate. Buy this. Buy the quarterly because it's a discount over the monthly, and join us on this because this is phenomenal service. It's really good. We also give the equivalent of the futures contracts on this, so MES and ES. So if you're looking to pass like these prop firms and stuff, you can do that. So you can start to see people are already starting to scale out here, looking through here. So people are already out 130 to 182 for contracts. This guy, kind of keep myself limited to what I say about this guy because some guy complained that I moaned about him the other day. Honestly, I don't care. If you don't like what I say about somebody, that's up to you. But this guy has not been very helpful. In fact, he's banned from the chat right now, and I don't want to dwell any more on him. So if you're a person who complained about this guy, honestly, he's been much worse behind the scenes. He's lied and lied and lied about Lance and what Lance has said. So whatever I say about him is, you know, much more mild compared to what he's saying about Lance behind the scenes. So if you like Lance, which I'm assuming you do because you talked to him, then I'm not going to like I'm not going to sugarcoat this guy. He's like some troll or somebody we've maybe upset in the past with one of our other services. It's something that like you just got to live with. If you don't think you'd buy the service because I'm negative about it, that's okay. I'm not going to say anybody's a moron. I'm not going to say anybody's a bad person or a complete liar. Well, I am, but basically, I'm not going to talk about this guy. In fact, he'll probably be gone pretty soon anymore because he's the outlier in a bunch of data that suggests that this service is one of the best out there, even for the price. So yeah, so let's skip past anything he's saying because he's an idiot. I mean, excuse me. Professionally, he is not particularly helpful. So basically, we can go through here and look at some of the results. Let's look at the let's look at the post your profits results. That's usually where everybody's posting, which is really helpful. So let's go here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for people. So the person that complained to Lance, for example, about how they would definitely not buy this service if Russell did a video on this. Honestly, I'm just going to say it how it is. I'm going to be truthful about stuff. I'm not going to say, oh, this guy was like phenomenal when he's like lying and saying like Lance is going to shoot up a school or, you know, do his mom or whatever nonsense he was talking about. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If there's some guy talking nonsense, I'm going to call it out, and I'm not going to delete this video. I deleted the last video because I was probably pretty harsh about this guy, but in this video, I'm not going to be apologetic about it. So if you don't like it, you can put your you can cancel your subscription. What I do and say should have no bearing on what you have, in the system which is run by Phil and Lance. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen to me. I don't care. Like, just follow the money, basically, is, is the bottom line here. So don't go complaining to Lance. If you have a problem, complain to me. And it kind of annoys me the fact that, like, you this particular person is complaining to Lance about me. It's like, oh, would you and Phil okay with Russell saying this? It's like, I'll say what I want. It's my YouTube channel. I'll say what I want. It's partly like I'm a part owner of the server. If you don't like what I'm saying, I'm going to try and be as professional as possible. I'm not going to call people morons. I'm not going to do this. But like, if you see what this guy was saying behind the scenes, you would actually think what I was saying was extremely mild. So just be careful about how you you think about people. Like, it's not quite what you think it is sometimes. Anyway, let's look at June 4th, which is today. Here is Mr. Zig Price, we love. He is already out, which is super fire. He got 131 to 164. 131 to 164 for Mike. A lot of people will be getting the similar prices because they're bracket orders. My target hit, this one's perfect, 134 to 165, that's fire. 141 to 164, fire. 132 to 160, fire. 143 to 164, fire. 133 to 1.62, fire. This is 20% in 20 minutes, guys. This is easy money. It's not hard to do. You have plenty of time to do it. I'll show you the plot actually in the Thinkorswim platform that you had plenty of time to do this. And it's, yeah, 24% win for me today. It's 24% win in like 10 minutes. Is that really worth like giving up just because you think I'm a little bit like, oh, unprofessional, or I say like the odd thing that maybe doesn't resonate with you? Like, I'm a pretty honest guy, and I say things as they are. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. If somebody's causing problems and saying things they shouldn't be, especially as nasty as this one particular guy was, I'm going to call them out on it. I'm going to do videos about it. It's just how it is. Anyway, Salem is 135 to 165, 136 to 163 is phenomenal. These guys are all looking at 20% wins, target hit on MES. So if you're looking to do prop firm stuff, this is for you. MES, ES is phenomenal. Remember, SPY is very much correlated to these things. You can pass prop firms on this stuff without any problems. Look at this 134 to 164. Thanks for the 300 bucks. Deco here, 10 contracts. That's not that much money. 10 contracts is only 1,300. It's not much. You guys can make this monthly or quarterly or lifetime subscription back very, very quickly. Urban Organics, who I also love, he says nice win, 136 to 160 in SPY. Look at this, pretty good. Thumbs up. SPY ATM, 134 to 164. These are real people that are posting. We're not making these people up, you know? So, you know, SPY ATM, 129 to 164. Fire. And this goes on day after day after day until you see those plots that I showed you at the start of this video. Cake and Air, love the Cake and Air, 133 to 175. That's fantastic. Then we get into the SPX stuff, which I haven't been talking about that much. If you're into spreads, we also do spreads in this Discord. Just let me know in the comments, message me, or Phil or Lance about if you want to also try the SPX 0DTE spreads. They're also phenomenal. They're really, really, really good. Look at this guy, Carbonize. This guy's amazing. He basically hits IWM alerts, which is another service I'm involved with. He hits the SPY ATM, which is the one we're talking about now. SPY or SPX, sorry, 0DTE. He also hits that, and he gets a trifecta. And we also call something the Grand Slam. It's when you get all of these alerts all in one. That happens pretty regularly, actually. It's pretty good. Even Barry here is saying 153 out at 204. So phenomenal. So I don't know how to show you guys more social proof than this service actually working than this. I mean, it's phenomenal. Let's look at Spy ATM in chat here. Let's see if there's any nonsense. Sometimes there's nonsense. Let's see. See, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful for you guys. If you want to sign up, and I highly, highly recommend that you do. This is one of my favorite services. I've I've been doing these reviews for a decade and a half now, and this service allows you to get an entry into potentially a system that is worth $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, but it allows you to get in for $300 or even $150 if you do the month, and the results speak for themselves. And Phil and Lance are always there to answer questions and help you guys out. And this is one of the best services out there, and I'm so excited to be part of it. And if you don't like the fact that occasionally I get annoyed at some subscribers, then maybe this isn't for you. If you're going to be put off a service by the fact that somebody who's helping to promote it is a little irritated at somebody who is really obnoxious and rude and vulgar to one of the teammates, then this is maybe not for you. So you know who I'm talking about. You were the one that messaged Lance, messaged me directly. I was going to message you, but like I'm just I honestly can't be bothered. But if you are put off by the fact that I talk what is the truth here, then maybe the service isn't for you. Maybe it's not. Maybe if you want somebody who's like really polished and like, is going to just sugarcoat everything for you, maybe you prefer a service that tells you that you're going to make 100% returns and nobody ever complains ever, and there's nobody who ever makes a fuss, and there's nobody who lies and talks bad about people and really says horrendous things about other partners in the company. Like maybe that's for you. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.